everybody, welcome back to another making vlog. I'm excited to be here to tell you about all the things I've been making. I have been knitting a lot of Knit Collage things, so a lot of knit along related things, and the knit along just got kicked off last week, so I'm not going to share a lot of those because I'm sort of almost done. I'm a little ahead of everybody because that's just the nature of how I do it. I get a little bit ahead. So I don't want to share all those, but for the next making vlog, which I really am trying to do a little more regularly, I will have a lot of fun knit along styles to show you. And I'm so excited for those that joined in. I'm so excited. So I wanted to show you two patterns though that are coming out very soon. Actually, this one is coming out this week. This is the Spring Fling cardigan, and it was originally part of our Spring Knit Along 2020. It is a pullover and a sweater version, and it has our wildflower minis mixed in the yoke. It's top down, it's seamless. There is a option for a lace sleeve that mimics the bottom of the sweater, or you could do a short sleeve. And this is my current bump at 34.5 months pregnant. That's where I'm at right now. So I feel big. Luckily, this cardigan still fits. So this pattern is coming out this week, and then next week I have the Sunburst Pillow, which is and I should say this pattern is by Laurel Gerbitz, who's part of the Knit Collage team. So love this one. I'm very excited, and we're gonna have the standalone pattern, but we're also going to have kits for you guys. So if you wanted to go with some of the color combinations that we've put together, that might be a fun thing to do too. And then the Sunburst Pillow, which is by Julie Robinson, and I love this pillow pattern so much. I think it's hard to overstate how much I love this pillow pattern. It's so cool. I have done it with stash yarns. It looks amazing with stash yarns. You could really do anything with it. So I'm so excited to release this too. All right. So those are the new Knit Collage things. Oh, there's one more thing. So we've got a Crochet Bucket Hat in our wildflower yarn that is coming out pretty soon too. This will be in May, and this is by Christine Young, longtime collaborator here at Knit Collage, and I am so psyched. I love it. I just think it's so cute. If you want, you can go do the blossom thing, or you can just leave it like that. It'd be great for stash yarn in our wildflower yarn, or you could use a mini skein sampler kit. I think either a mini skein sampler kit or 2 skeins of yarn. So very pumped about that. Okay, so I think I came on March 10th, and I had spring break with my kids, and I showed you guys some of the things I'm knitting. Well, I did follow through with some of them, and then some of them went a completely different route. I ended up knitting a bunch of baby things for the baby. I'm knitting more for this baby than I have for my other two. I think just because I've come very far in my knitting skills, and they've been really fast, and I want to do at least 1 or 2 more before the baby comes. I mean, we'll see, but it's been takes me no time to whip these out. So let me show you the socks that I knit. And this was a labor of love for me, because I think I mentioned before to you guys, I never knit socks, and I did it. I knit socks and I blocked them and everything. This is the Rye Light pattern. It calls for 1 skein of fingering or sock yarn, and it is by Tin Can Knits. So I did it, and I really love them. I think they're a hair big, so I probably could have I knit them on a size 2. I probably could have gone down to a size 1, but for my first try, I feel very happy about it, and they look very cute when I wear them with my Birkenstock, so I'm psyched. I learned about how you can get ears on your toe. I didn't know that you had to do a special technique of Kitchener for the toe, so I had to redo that a few times, but I finally have no ears happening at the toe. It's not perfect. I would say my Kitchener, I've always thought, is pretty good, but it doesn't look that good on a size 2 needle with this thin yarn. I really noticed the kind of like the mistakes and the unevenness there, but for my first pair, I'm good with just saying, you know what, the heck with it, let's go with it. And this is that sock yarn by Elizabeth Pawle that I showed in the last video. To me, it was just calling to be socks. I had to knit this yarn. Like, it was just absolutely calling to me, and I had to knit it immediately. It was just like that. So I love it, and I'm very, very excited about those. The next thing I knit is a Misha and Puff pattern called the Baby Bloomer in 1 skein of DK weight yarn. And this skein of yarn is by Skein Cocaine, Gina at Skein Cocaine. And can you even with this yarn? It's incredible. This pattern is so cute. I realize it might not be the most practical because it's going to be a hand wash situation, but I love them, and I definitely want to make them in a bigger size for when the baby gets a little bigger. I just absolutely love them. I think I did the 6-month size here, although they look kind of small. But yeah, I'm so happy with how these came out. They didn't take me long at all, and the construction is really cool. So I'm excited about that. I have plans for this to become a little matching hat, and I'm planning on I think it's called the Beloved Baby Hat or Beloved Bonnet by Tin Can Knits for this. It calls for DK weight, and I think I have enough. So I think I'm gonna cast on that pretty soon. So I'm excited about that. The next thing I knit for the baby is the Larkin Sweater by Park Williams. So she is at Park and Knit on Instagram and all the places. And this pattern is the best. And the reason it's the best is because I collect sock yarn. I have a lot of single or fingering weight. I have a lot of fingering weight yarn by indie dyers that I love, but I don't particularly like to knit on small needles. Well, I held 4 strands of that yarn together for this sweater, and I think you could do it with 1 strand and it's a bulky weight, but it's just so cute, and it's a way to have fun with color and yarn and use up those yarns that isn't on a small needle. So I absolutely loved it. I did the 6-month size, and these are the yarns that I used. So let me start with, got my little notebook here. Let's see what I used first. So I used this Woolen Boone skein that I got years ago. It's like a mint color, and I have a lot left, so I'll do something with that. I did use this bright turquoise, which is by Fru Valborg. I got it from Stephen and Penelope, and it's called Merino Swirl Azure. And I think Woolen Boone is out of business now, so I don't even think you can get that anymore. Then I used some farm yarn from, you know what? It is the same yarn, but it's a slightly lighter color. So it was the same yarn, but in a more gray color. But this is farm yarn from Rhinebeck. I don't know, 2019, maybe before then. I have no idea. But it's alpaca, and I love it. And I have no label on it. I don't think it came with a label. I don't know, or I threw it out. So I apologize. I don't know the details on that. But it's really soft, and it made the sweater really, really soft. And then the next yarn is one I got in my Lady Dye Winter Palooza box recently. And I think it is the most beautiful yarn, right? Isn't that amazing? And this is by a company called From Me to Yarn, Steady Sock Yarn, color Crystal Opal. So I absolutely love that. I'm gonna use it again for sure. But those are the 4 yarns I used in this sweater. It took me a week to knit, maybe less. So I'm planning another one, and then my sister is also pregnant due in August, 2 months after me. So I think I will knit her one too. And the colors I'm thinking of for my next one, this is what I'm thinking. I think I'm gonna do something like with the neon yellow. She's pretty funky, so I think she would like it. Something like that, but I might swatch and see what works. So something along those lines. It really was a quick knit, so really, really fun. Okay, the next one that I just finished, I haven't sewn the buttons onto yet, is this little romper. Can you even? I love it. So it's gonna have a button here, and then 2 buttons in the crotch. And this is the Little Brother Romper by Petite Knit. So she is a Scandinavian designer. It's so cute. I mean, it calls for an Aran weight. I used a worsted, so I think I went with the 4 to 6 month size, and I probably should have gone bigger because this to me looks like a 3 month size. It looks pretty small, but I would completely knit this again. I think it took me 3 days to complete just knitting at night, like not even that much knitting, and I absolutely love it. I just blocked it. It's bringing a lot of joy, and I've seen how they style these on the babies. Well, in the pattern, there's a picture, and the baby boys are wearing tights underneath this, which I think I could get into, but I've never tried anything like that for a boy, but it looked so cute the way that she had it styled with like a long sleeve shirt underneath and tights on the baby. So maybe I'll try that. And then the yarn for that is actually left over from my Notorious RBG. Probably nobody remembers this, but I played a big game of yarn chicken in that sweater. Turns out I did have an extra skein hiding somewhere, and the extra skein was used for this baby romper. And it is color Frank Ochre in their Rios yarn, which is a merino superwash. So that's good. I can throw it in the washing machine, I guess. So those are my baby knits. I've gotten a few hand knit baby knits, which is bringing so much joy because back when I had my other kids, I didn't have a ton of friends that knit. So it's very, very exciting, and they mean a lot. So my other whips happening right now, you probably remember my half and half triangle wrap is part of the Caddy Jacks Cal. So I don't know if I started my second color yet, if I had showed you that, but here we go. It's in full swing. I'm mid-row right here. So it's going. It's certainly not going fast, but it is going, and it is the absolute perfect project for me to do when I am on my yoga teacher training Zooms, and I do need to be paying attention and taking notes, but in those in-between times I'm working on this, and I love the colors. So I think I should finish by Rhinebeck 2021, but it's certainly taking me a long time. The other whip I'm working on is, we have a new tradition in our family since COVID where I knit the boys' toys for their birthdays. And I am knitting my son, Wiley, a blue crab for his birthday, which is in 4 days. So I've got some wood to chop. This is going to be the body. And then it just has, I think it has 6 legs that come off. So I'm going to be good. And maybe it has 4 legs and 4 or 6 legs and then 2 pinchers. So it's called O Crab pattern. I'll link to it, but I'll show it to you once it's done and looking cute. But I'm excited about this. It will be stuffed, and I think so this is going to be like the butt of the crab, and this is the head or the top, and then the legs will come off from here. And this is the yarn I am using. So this is my leftover color one from my Pearl Soho half and half. I love this color. And this is a skein of yarn that I got for teaching at Vogue Knitting Live way back a couple of years ago. So I'm using it. It's a Swedish company. I have it somewhere. I can share that next time. So he picked the colors, and we'll see if I can finish in time. I'm excited about that. All right, so the other things on the table. Well, I will be testing this in the coming days, so I'm excited about that. I showed you the sweater. I plan to knit another Larkin in this combo or something else. I'm planning a baby hat / bonnet in this. These should be quick projects. And then the other thing I'm planning is a couple more baby projects. We'll see if I get there, but I want to show you this yarn in any case. Look at this yarn. Isn't this incredible? This is hedgehog fibers. It's cashmere and merino. It's called Firefly. It's called Cashmere Merino Firefly. I got it at Webb's when we took the kids out to Western Mass for a weekend to go skiing. So I'm excited about this. I don't really know what it's going to be yet. I just want to show you. But I think it would be really cute for a baby boy, right? I also ordered some yarn from one of my good friends, Lizzie Schreiner at the Mermaid's Pearl. And this is a DK Weight hedgehog fiber yarn too, merino DK color Wish. And I think what I'm going to do with this is another little baby sweater called the Chickadee by Misha and Puff. I'm really having fun with their patterns, so I was thinking about doing that because I don't know if you remember, but in the last video I said I was thinking about that bonsai sunsuit romper. Well, my sister said she's going to give me back the one that I knit her for our baby. So I don't feel like I need to knit that anymore. I'll knit something else for him and try to be really careful with that for her, for whatever, if she has a second child. So those are sort of the whips that I am considering right now. I have my Noragon yarn for my Nightingale there, and I think I'm gonna wait on that until summer, until the baby comes. It's a behemoth of a project and I won't even be able to try it on right now, which I want it to be right because I spent so much on the yarn and the pattern's so beautiful. So I think I'm gonna wait until the bump goes away to start working on that. So those are all the things. Those are all the things that I have in my queue right now and that I'm thinking about. I hope you will think about giving one of these patterns a try. I think they are fantastic and gorgeous. And we should have the new wildflower colors in very soon, in the next week or two, probably 2 weeks actually, which is really exciting news. So I'm pumped about that. All right, that is it for today. Thank you so much. Have an awesome, awesome week. Bye.